Welcome to 700 Club Israel. From shul runnings to hockey hero Jack Hughes to the first Israeli in the NBA All-Star Game. It's been a banner month for Jewish athletes around the globe. As the calendar turns to March, there's a chance for another Jew crew to shine on the international stage. The World Baseball Classic begins in a few days. With a squad of major league talent, the Israeli baseball team is ready to swing for the fences.
People think they know Israel, think they know us. They don't know what we've been through or where we're going. We have been underdogs. We have been tested time and time again, but we always find a way. We feel the weight of the jersey and we wear it with pride. We play for the name on the front of our chest and for our fans watching around the world. When we take the field, we fight for our nation, for our people, our past, our present, and our future. People think they know Israel.
Got it with a fastball.
This is Israel.
Struck him out swinging. What a win for Israel.
Well, joining us now is the head, quote, mensch on the bench, Nate Fish. He's the CEO of the Israel national team, as well as a former coach in the World Baseball Classic. So, Nate, it's a real pleasure to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Your team has turned heads over the past few years. You've come in fifth in the Olympics, second in the European Championships. What are your expectations heading into this competition?
Yeah, look, it's a tough tournament. We try to let go of expectations, I think, if anything, and just get ready to go out and represent and compete with a lot of pride and just show the world what we're capable of and hope that the tournament sort of shakes out in a positive way. I will say if we can make it through this really, really tough first round and find our way into the second round, at that point, sort of anything can happen and you're just going one game at a time. So that would be a huge win for us to find our way through the gauntlet of the first round, I think.
Am I alone in being surprised? I've got to confess that I'm the chancellor of Regent University, and I found out that there was an Israeli who was a member of our baseball team. So it had come as a student and was doing it just for the athletics. And I was, well, where in the world did you learn baseball? And so I've got to ask the question, is baseball really popular in Israel?
Yeah, so Asaf Loengart is the one Sabra, the one Israeli-born player on the team. Dean Kramer, who pitches for the Baltimore Orioles, speaks Hebrew, is an Israeli citizen and spends quite a bit of time in Israel. But Asaf is our one Israeli-born guy. He's the first Israeli to sign a professional baseball contract in the United States, and it's really important for us to have that kind of representation on the team. I mean, the team is comprised mostly of big leaguers, American guys, who are eligible for Israeli citizenship, so therefore eligible to compete for Israel in the World Baseball Classic. But we want to have a connection to the domestic development of baseball in Israel. So yeah, since the mid-'80s, there's been a slightly upward trajectory. There's currently 15 Israeli-born kids playing college baseball in the U.S., which is sort of, I think, a surprising number for some people. It's really impressive, and it's a lot. So it's gone up slowly over the years, both in quantity and in quality.
Well, you've got yet another ace. You've got a Gold Glover, Harrison Bader, who's a member of the Giants. How hard was it to convince them to play for Israel?
Bader, not at all. I mean, he announced it on social media. He actually caught us by surprise. We didn't have to convince him at all. He's really, really enthusiastic about it. He was just on social media a couple days ago posing with the Israeli flag in his Giants uniform. So he's really excited for this. Most of the guys are excited. It doesn't take convincing, but there's a lot of other circumstances that come into play, whether the guys are hurt, whether they're in a contract year and need to stay at spring training. There's just a lot of life circumstances that impact their decisions. But from a, identity perspective, most of the guys that we talk to are enthusiastic about it. It's a great opportunity. It's such a fun tournament. It's really electric. I mean, who wouldn't want to be playing in like a World Series environment instead of a spring training environment? So the guys are really excited.
What does it mean for them personally to put Israel on the uniform?
Yeah, it's different for everyone. Some of the guys have really strong Jewish identity and education and upbringing. For some of the guys, playing for Team Israel is really an introduction to their Jewish identity. So there's a huge spectrum, I think, of what it means for the guys. But there is a real sense of meaning and unity when we line up and Hatikva plays before games and everyone's wearing the uniform. And knowing that we're representing, Jewish people all over the world and a nation. So certainly for everyone, it's a very impactful experience. What exactly it means differs a little bit from guy to guy. I've been doing it for almost 20 years, and it's really special for me still every time.
I've got to ask, in the rise of anti-Semitism, it just is absolutely incredible in a modern world that it's come back, and not just a little bit, but it just seems to be this wave of it, and to my amazement, even right here in the United States. What's that like? You're putting on the uniform. It's like do you feel like you're a target?
It's funny. I was having this conversation with my wife last night, and I was saying there's sort of something amazing about knowing that some people don't like you in life and just sort of getting over it. It's almost a privilege. So that's one of the maybe the nice ways to spin what you're talking about and what the experience of playing for Team Israel is like. But certainly, the guys ask questions about security, their families ask questions, especially in the last 2 years since October 7th, when we were competing in the European Championships this past summer in 2025. There were significant enough security concerns that we could not leave the hotel except to go to the ballpark for the games. And even then, we got sort of shuffled out the front door into vans and then straight to the field and back. We weren't allowed to leave for 2 weeks. So there's real concerns and security precautions and things that other teams just do not have to deal with. Dogs have to board our team buses before we do. We travel with extensive security everywhere we go. So it's sort of normalized for us. We've gotten used to it. It's just sort of part of the routine of the day. But it's always there. And it's just one of these unique, unfortunate contours of playing for Team Israel.
That's got to give you a lot of stress. Where do you go with that stress? It just seems to be such a distraction. And, how do you keep energy and focus on the game when you've got all that in the background?
In some ways, it serves to bring the team together closer because we're having this unique experience and because we have to keep to ourselves so much that we identify even more with one another and spend more time inevitably with one another because of it. So it was like that in the Olympic Village in Tokyo in 2021. It's like that when we travel in Europe. The World Baseball Classic, it's really a big league environment and big league tournament. There's usually less political charge to it than if we're competing in Europe, for example. But it's always there, and you just try and flip it into a positive. Don't let it distract you. Just have it bring you together as part of the experience.
For a young person watching either in Israel or right here in America and wanting to get involved in baseball, what's your message to them?
Yeah, so one of the things I'm really proud of as the CEO for Israel Baseball Americas is that growing up, I was, I think, a prime candidate to be part of a Jewish baseball organization like this. There just wasn't one. And so I'm really excited that for young people, for young players coming up, both in Israel and in the US, that there's an organization for us now to rally around, be a part of, and just want to let the kids know we're here for them, on their baseball and life journeys, to support them and help give them the resources that they need to succeed and hopefully eventually play for Team Israel. So just really, really happy that we can do that for this generation of young people.
Well, I just applaud you. I applaud everything you're doing, and hopefully one day there'll be some competitions right there in Israel. You won't have to rely so much on American players who are also Israeli citizens, and it's wonderful to see. We will continue to pray for your security and your safety. It's just horrible for me to contemplate what Jewish people are facing and you're facing on the front lines. It shouldn't be, and we'll do everything in our power to stand against it. We're with you on this, and we're not going away. We stand with you and really appreciate what you're doing.
Really appreciate that sentiment, and we're playing March 7th through the 10th in Lone Depot, so the games should be on Fox or FS1, I think, and really appreciate that sentiment and support and knowing that you guys are out there cheering for the team.
All right, well, the World Baseball Classic, you just heard it. It begins March 6. Games will be broadcast internationally. Team Israel will be playing in Miami. If you want to get tickets, all you have to do is go to israelbaseball.org, and you can get some merchandise. You can wear the uniform yourself and get this wonderful, I've got to hold it up, you can get a cap just like that. So support Israel Baseball. Nate, thank you for being with us. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Anti-Semitism is surging worldwide. It's especially bad on U.S. college campuses, where anti-Israel protests have spun out of control. Now a movement is underway to reverse the trend by bringing American college students to Israel. Julie Stahl has the story.
Student leaders from top universities, including UCLA, Brandeis, Rutgers, Yale, and NYU, arrived to gain firsthand insight into the aftermath of October 7th.
So they can go back to campus more confident to refute the lies of genocide, the lies that Israel is a racist country, and educate and inspire other people to stand up for Israel and stand up against anti-Semitism.
They visited areas directly affected by the war along the Gaza border and in the Golan Heights, and Judea and Samaria, also known as the West Bank, which are at the forefront of the battle ahead.
The trip is very intense, and it's designed and planned and built with very much a lot of intention to really shake them, but also to give them the right information to be effective activists on campus.
Michael Eglash, co-founder of IsraelAmbassadors.com, a campus activist himself in the 1990s, says anti-Semitism was as much of a problem then as it is now.
Nothing has really changed. We just have social media, we have more media, and it's elevated and amplified.
The students come with different backgrounds and have had various experiences on their campuses. Even though many have Israeli relatives, the trip was still an eye-opener. Julia Schulman from Connecticut College says she's experienced anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism in her class curriculum and from the rhetoric of her professors. Her highlight was going through Judea and Samaria.
Going to the site and the land that people are disputing and talking about was extremely eye-opening for me. We talked to people who actually live there in Jewish communities. It was very impactful. I think I'm going to use a lot of the knowledge that I've learned and the experiences that I've learned from that day going back to campus.
Another highlight included biblical Shiloh, where archaeologists have uncovered many ancient treasures.
Just seeing the historical roots of the Jewish people in the land gave me a lot of very empowering and gave me a lot of firsthand knowledge and experience that is really undisputed. You can't dispute the ruins that you find when you dig up in the land of Shiloh.
Virginia Tech student Yoav Kelter says there's a very small Jewish group facing a large Arabic and Muslim population at his school, driving the point home about Israel even more.
We have to just be more confident, be strong, just like Israel in the Middle East is surrounded by all of these Arabic countries, and all these times in the past we faced hardships and we faced all of them attacking us at once. Even if I'm one voice and they're 100, I can still be louder than all of them.
While in Israel, Yoav enjoyed meeting people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures.
Being able to go back to my campus and seeing like I've talked to all these different people, and I've learned all these different things. You've only seen videos online. You know, who are you to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about?
Oregon State senior Yael Reich says life was normal for her at school until October 7th.
I've been called a Nazi on campus. Like, I was tabling for October 7th this year, like to bring the hostages home. I was giving like flowers out on campus, and people came up to me and called me a Nazi.
She had never been to biblical Judea and Samaria, and something she saw in Jerusalem had a message she wants to convey.
I saw specifically like a banner when we were outside of President Herzog's house that said, all we want is to give peace a chance. And I think I just want to relay that message to people at home, or just tell them to listen to the stories and listen to people.
Dan Garniak from UC Santa Barbara says he's encountered pro-Palestinian protests and blatant anti-Semitic incidents, especially if they hear him speaking Hebrew.
You can't really defeat anti-Semitism. What you can do is build yourself up, be strong, and be able to take care of it.
Visiting Kibbutz Be'eri, one of the hardest hit communities on October 7th, gave him new insight.
It was a very difficult experience, seeing all the burned houses and hearing all the stories. And I gained so many new perspectives during this trip, and I feel like I'm truly ready to come back to campus and fight the anti-Semitism.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Once you see it, it'll absolutely change your thinking, not just about Israel, not just about the Jewish people, not just about the Bible, but also about you and your place in the world. I encourage everyone, make sure you take a trip to Israel at some point in your life. It is life-changing. And I've been to Israel so many times I've lost count, and each one is a new adventure and a new discovery. The resilience of Israel and of Israelis, the culture that they have, where in spite of all this opposition, they are still being a light to the nations. It's absolutely incredible. Let's take that message to the entire world. There seems in these turbulent days to be an incredible rise of anti-Semitism. Let's stand against that. Let's stand against that with the facts, with the real history of the conflict, that the Palestinians have never missed a chance to miss an opportunity for peace. That has been the consistent history, and also the consistent history that they want to wipe Israel off the map. And they're using all kinds of slogans, apartheid and all of these things, colonial state. Don't buy into these lies. Buy into the truth of what Israel is doing today. In Israel, thousands of young people are taking a year off before military service. These high school graduates love their country and are willing to defend it. Thanks to your support, Army prep camp academies are building leaders, strengthening unity, and shaping Israel's future.
Right now in Israel, thousands of high school grads are taking a powerful step before joining the IDF through pre-Army leadership academies coordinated by the Jewish Agency. These unique gap year programs give young Israelis a year of leadership training, preparing them to serve with purpose and maturity. CBN Israel proudly partners with the Jewish Agency on initiatives like this, supporting the next generation of leaders and defenders for Israel and the Jewish people.
As the Jewish Agency, I feel that we have the responsibility to help and build a model society in Israel. These pre-Army academies are educational programs for participants that didn't have the opportunity to think deeply about these type of questions, about their identity, about their connection to this country.
And we both live together here. We learn about their culture and they learn about our cultures. The most important thing I learned here was to be a better version of myself, to help my country throughout these difficult times. That's it. I'm here because I love my country and I want to help it in any way possible.
I was scared after the 7th of October, but when I came here, all of my worries were gone. I got to know the Christians here and I realized they were more patriotic than us. It was important for them to free the hostages and to win this war.
We live in this country and we've seen this country take care of us in every situation, especially in time of war. I've felt in every area of my life here that there is equality, especially now after the 7th of October. Me being a Christian, I ask myself, where do I want to live? Is there any other place in the Middle East for me, a Christian woman, to live freely? There is no other place. I believe next year we'll have a lot more Christians joining the army, because now we are sure that there is no other country for us. This is a model to follow. It's a wonderful initiative, and I'm very proud to be a part of this, and I'm so thankful for your support. This program changed my life.
When we open the spectrum of our identity and understand that being open to other nationalities or beliefs, it doesn't make us weaker. The opposite, it makes us stronger. It makes us show the world that we don't behave the same way that the world behaves toward us. And this place is a very good example of that. It's so amazing to see that there are people who love Israel and that care about Israel, and we're thankful for this support. We want to do everything we can to make it the best place ever for anyone that wants to come and live here. And at least for me, that's my mission. And I wish that everyone would join.
Well, that's just one of the things you do when you partner with CBN Israel. If you want to be a blessing to the people of Israel, there's such a wide range of things that CBN Israel is doing. Number one, it's supporting this show. Number two, it's supporting the News Bureau in Jerusalem, so you get these wonderful news stories of what's really happening. Then you're reaching out with hands of love and compassion to people across the nation. It's incredible when we all get together what we can do. You're helping rebuild the kibbutzes in the Gaza envelope. You're helping the evacuees that were displaced from their homes so that they can have a hope in the future, finding livelihood programs for those, and whether it's from the Gaza envelope or the northern border of Israel, the people that had to leave there. We don't have any religious test for aid, whether you're Jewish or Muslim or Christian or none of the above. If you're in need in Israel, we want to help you. That's what CBN Israel wants to do. If you want to be a part of it, all you have to do is call us. 1-800-350-2230. You can also go to our website, cbn.com/supportisrael, or you can text Support Israel to 71777. Let's be a blessing to people, and let's be a blessing to Israel. Here's a word from Deuteronomy. Seek the Lord your God, and you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. God bless you. We'll see you again next week.
Why should Christians bless and support the Jewish people in Israel? If you're a follower of Jesus, you must take his words to heart. Jesus said, "Salvation comes through the Jews." God chose to write his story of redemption in and through the Jewish people, and he will never turn back on the call and grace given to Israel. At CBN Israel, we have the great privilege to bless and tangibly demonstrate the never-ending love of God for the Jewish people and all the peoples of this land. Partner with us and help terror victims, immigrants fleeing anti-Semitism, refugees, Holocaust survivors, single mothers, to rebuild their lives with dignity and hope by meeting their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Give today and let your faith, which is rooted in Israel's story, shine for the glory of God.